Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on the computer science course at Ashoka University. So I just wanted to start by giving you a broad overview of the courses that we're offering, and then we can get into the questions that many of you may have. So firstly, somebody had asked whether the Ashoka 3-year computer science degree will be recognized outside and how it would compare with an engineering degree from one of the engineering schools in India. So, so the course that Ashoka University is offering is a BSc honors in computer science, which is not the same as a BTech or an engineering degree, which is typically offered in engineering schools like IIT or other engineering schools. So the focus is on pure CS courses, and of course, Ashoka offers, the main uh, feature which sets Ashoka apart from other universities is the fact that it offers a wide variety of courses which you can mix with computer science. So it means that you don't have to stick only to computer science, but you can take several other foundation courses. I mean, you have to take several other foundation courses which give you a broad overview of the humanities as well. And you can also choose courses in other disciplines such as psychology or mathematics, of course. And you can therefore combine your interests in computer science with your interests in other subjects. So as far as computer science is concerned, um, the 3-year, if you do the 3-year major in computer science with or without a minor in some other subject, it would definitely enable you to apply for MSc or later on PhD programs in computer science, because we will be covering all the major aspects of a standard computer science degree, which is not the same as an engineering degree. Of course, I mean, we wouldn't be looking at, there aren't detailed courses in hardware uh, or systems design. There is a course on systems design, but not in the same kind of depth that you would be doing hardware and systems design or other engineering math courses in a proper engineering degree. So, of course, if you later on want to go into pure engineering or material sciences or um, a subject like that, then you should be looking at a pure engineering course. But if your interest lies in going into pure computer science courses, data mining, data science, um, designing OS systems or web application, etc., programming in general, then a BSc honors course in computer science should give you everything that you need. And the BSc honors course at Ashoka will also give you everything that you need. So just to run you through the courses that we have, this is also up on the website. Uh, we in the second semester we offer the introduction to computer programming course and the critical thinking seminar on discrete maths which is a kind of mix of mathematics and theoretical computer science. So subjects like graph theory, cryptography, um, other applications which involve mathematical techniques like recurrence relations or generating functions, modular arithmetic, etc. In the context of a computer science course. So that's we start with these two courses in the second semester. So we just had them in the semester, which is just coming to an end. Then we have the mathematical logic and specification course, uh, probability statistics, data science, and introduction to human computer interaction in the third and fourth semesters, in the third semester actually. So uh, in this coming third semester, we are also offering a course in the analysis and classification of neurological signals, which is a sort of research oriented course for analyzing brain signals and implementing computational methods on the analysis of brain signals. Then later on, we would have a course in computer architecture, scalable web applications, then computer security and privacy, operating systems, theory of computation, which would be a more theoretical course analyzing uh, computational complexity, etc. Then we would have a course in algorithm design and analysis. This would be in semesters 5 or 6. Then networked and social systems, which is an analysis of social networks and which involves a mix of graph theory and computer science techniques. And then programming language design and implementation, uh, and finally data mining and information retrieval. So the best way for you to get a sense of how these courses would be structured over the course of 6 semesters is to look at the course website and the sample curriculum structure which is given on the website. But I should add that in practice, at least in the first 2 semesters, we've had more students opting to do more than 4 courses. So there are lots of students doing 5 courses in a semester, which effectively means 15 hours of class in a week, which is actually not that much. So, I mean, what we've given on the website is the sort of bare minimum. I mean, it's the sort of lower end of what you would be able to do. And if you want to do more, then there are always opportunities to go beyond this. And as you know, you could do a minor in another subject as well. So if you do a major in computer science, you can always do a minor in mathematics, which would give you a sort of added benefit of exploring specific courses offered by the maths department. And at the end, you would have a major in computer science and a minor in mathematics. So similarly, you could do a minor in economics or psychology, which would give you a slightly deeper exposure to psychology or economics or any other discipline that you may choose for the minor. So, I mean, in short, um, yes, the the computer science course in Ashoka, the BSc honors course, will certainly be recognized in other universities, and you would be in a position to apply for MSc programs in computer science should you choose to pursue it further. And it will be exactly like any MSc in computer science, any BSc in computer science offered at other universities in India. It would not be the equivalent of an engineering degree because obviously an engineering degree, BTech, is a 4-year degree, and it has it has more of a focus on engineering. So you're not in an engineering degree, you wouldn't be doing any foundation courses, or you wouldn't have the opportunity. Typically, you wouldn't have the opportunity to do a minor in some other subject. So in that sense, it wouldn't be the same as an engineering degree, but there are pros and cons of that. So, and of course, that depends on what you want to do, essentially. So, um, if you have any questions, then please, there is a Q&A tab which you can use to post your questions, or you can also put them as comments on the original event, and I'll try and answer all the questions that you may have. Also, to tell you about the teachers, the professors who will be teaching these courses. So, we of course have Professor Sudhindra Hangal, who will be teaching human-computer interaction in the coming semester, and I think he'll also be addressing a webinar in the coming week. So you'll have opportunities to interact with him directly as well if you want. And in the previous semester, which is just finishing, we had one course in discrete maths, which was a critical thinking seminar, which was taught by Professor Naveen Garg from IIT Delhi. Um, and Professor Naveen Garg is a extremely experienced and well-regarded professor from IIT Delhi. So he might again teach the course next year. And we had another course in Introduction to Programming, which was taught by Professor Dheeraj Sanghi from who was earlier in IIT Kanpur, and he also might teach again. And he has a very diverse experience in not just teaching but also in uh, pedagogical uh, pedagogical theory. So, what are the best ways of teaching a course, etc. So, in the next semester, we have Professor Sanjeeva Bhargav Professor Sanjeeva Prasad from IIT Delhi as well, teaching a course in logic. So, hopefully, we will continue to have some of the best teachers from across India coming to teach guest lectures, and we will also be expanding the permanent faculty. So, in that sense, I don't think there are any concerns for the quality of faculty that we'll have in the coming semesters. Okay, so we have a question. Right. Okay, so if you're looking for a career in software engineering, the question is for somebody looking for a career in software engineering, what are the differences between the BTech and BSc course? Right. So if you're looking for software engineering, then a BSc in computer science should equip you uh, to go into software engineering. And because we do have courses in systems design and architecture and programming languages, theory behind programming languages, etc. So when it comes to a career, a lot of it is, of course, up to the initiative of the student. And what Ashoka will offer will be contact with some very highly regarded faculty, not just in India, but also professors like Professor Sampath Kannan in UPenn, who's on the who's on the faculty advisory committee and the chair for computer science. And So there will be lots of opportunities to do internships and research projects with different faculty who may or may not be teaching at Ashoka. So in that sense, um, although it's a 3-year degree, so it's effectively 1 year less than the BTech. But since there is sort of more room to choose your specific courses, there will be ample opportunity to not just take courses which are directed towards career in software engineering, but also to sort of collaborate with different faculty members and work on research projects or internships during the 3 years, because there's almost a 3 month summer vacation every year. So there is a lot of time to explore extracurricular projects and interests. So in that sense, yes, the short answer is yes, it will equip you for a course, for a career in software engineering, uh, as much as a BTech course uh, would typically do. Because in a BTech course, you would be doing other courses in hardware design, etc., which may not be very helpful for a career in software design or software engineering. And in a BSc course, you would be doing some other foundation courses which are listed on the website, which are meant to give you a sort of overall understanding of society and of general human interaction, which which might actually equip you better in the if your purpose is to design solutions for uh, for sets of humans. So I mean, in that sense, it gives you exposure to a whole range of other disciplines and subjects which you would not get in a BTech course. So I mean, obviously it's hard to say which one would be better, but I certainly think it could equip you as much, if not more. And the rest depends on how much initiative you take as a student. So yeah. In terms of the hard skills that you need for software engineering, we would be covering most, I mean, pretty much all of that ground in the course that we offer. Because we have courses in, as I said, in programming language design and implementation, in network and social systems, data mining, algorithm design. So, and even courses in scalable web application, etc. So these are courses which are sort of driven towards applications more than towards the theory. So we've tried to design a course which is sort of geared towards implementation as much as towards understanding the theory behind it. And also, the I should mention that the courses listed on the course website are not set in stone. So there is room for, if there is a demand for a particular kind of course, we can always uh, try and find appropriate faculty for that. We can also sort of further tailor these courses to the needs of students. Also, because I understand that this is a very fast evolving uh, landscape, and we may find that a year from now there is high demand for a particular kind of course in a set of web applications that we are not offering right now, and then we could tailor the course to those requirements. So even in course design, there is a constant interaction between students and faculty, and we assess the needs or desires of students and try and offer courses which link faculty interests with student interests. So as I was saying earlier, we have a course in neurological signal analysis and classification in the coming term, which is actually not listed on the course webpage, but that's basically sort of mix of psychology and computer science, which would typically be geared towards further study in neuroscience. So that's emerged from a mix of faculty and student interests. So similarly, we can have other courses as well. So one of the other questions was whether you can do maths and computer science together. So the answer is that yes. I mean, the whole purpose of offering maths and computer science within the context of a liberal arts university was that we strongly feel that the way the world is evolving and the way careers are sort of merging into one another, it's extremely important to have not just a focus area, which may be maths or economics or computer science, but also to have a general understanding of different disciplines, of how different disciplines interact with each other, and having at least a sort of uh, basic understanding of how uh, different subjects have evolved over time and how they're likely to evolve in the future. And for that purpose, we're offering all these foundation courses which are meant to give a broad overview of different subjects. And we're also offering major and minor courses. So you could definitely do a major in computer science and a minor in maths or vice versa. So yeah, I mean, it's completely possible to do a major in either maths or computer science and supplement it. And also, when you're doing that, it's possible to choose courses which have synergies between them. So, I mean, within the maths major, there'll be several courses. I mean, maths is a very broad discipline, so you could have courses which are geared more towards computational areas or courses which are very sort of theoretical in nature, or courses like logic, etc., versus something like probability theory or vector analysis or advanced algebra, etc. And from this broad range, you can pick and choose things which combine well with your interests in computer science. So, for example, if you want to go into data science or data mining, uh, or network design or graphical databases within computer science, you may want to supplement it with some advanced courses in probability theory and statistics, which may be offered by the math department, or in measure theory, or understanding the sort of back end or the theoretical aspects of some of the things that you may be implementing in the computer science course. So yeah, there are lots of possibilities of picking courses which will sort of best capture all your interests and your further aspirations. And it's a slightly, it's not completely straightforward to decide which courses you should pick, because the number of courses that we're offering uh, will keep increasing. It's already for the coming semester there are many courses. So the process of choosing which courses you should combine with what is slightly complex. And for that, we have each student being sort of being assigned to one academic supervisor and one general supervisor, which are from the faculty. And so your faculty supervisors will help you in sort of designing your personal track and designing the sort of choosing which courses you should combine with which other courses uh, when you are deciding what to pursue. Okay, so we have one question about computer science and entrepreneurship courses. Yeah, so for that also, I think we'll be having another webinar later to talk about the entrepreneurship course. But okay, right. So the description of the BSc course in entrepreneurship and computer science. Again, you can, the best way is to look at it on the course website. But in addition to, so basically, I mean, as the name suggests, it's a combination of the two disciplines. So some of the more theoretical courses in computer science would be replaced by some courses in, for example, in leadership, entrepreneurship and business planning, innovation in practice, entrepreneurial marketing, finance, high technology entrepreneurship, and these will be taught by some hopefully some very high level faculty from IIMs, etc., which we are who we are talking to currently, and they will be focused on the sort of operational aspects of how you take concepts from computer science, but also from other disciplines into uh, sort of the business side, and how do you implement solutions for the general public or for a specific target segment that you may be looking at. And the purpose of that course is to give you a sort of overview, not just of, well, primarily of computer science, but also of how many of these solutions are implemented for a larger audience. And but at the same time, that also includes the foundation courses in different disciplines. So, and there the foundation courses become even more important in some ways, because if you want to sort of really understand the interplay between uh, specific technical solutions and how they interact with society, and how you need to combine the needs and interests of a specific target segment or of society at large with technical solutions, then some of the history and psychology and anthropology courses are also very, very important. They become even more important than they do for a pure CS course. So, yeah, you can actually look at the detailed descriptions of the computer science and entrepreneurship course on the course website, on the university website. And if you have further questions, also you should feel free to email any of the faculty members, and we also allow prospective students to come and sit in on classes, etc., if they're interested in that. Unfortunately, this term is now coming to an end, so I think sitting in on classes won't be possible. But you can definitely get in touch with specific faculty members if you have more detailed questions that you want answered. So one of the other things that we will encourage and that we are working on right now are tie-ups with some of the other universities like Berkeley and Stanford and UPenn, Berkeley and UPenn in particular, where we already have a sort of broad agreement with both of these institutions. And in future, we are definitely looking to offer summer courses which students could apply for and go to in these universities. But also, if there are students who are interested in a particular research project with one of the faculty members at these places, then we should be able to facilitate a sort of collaboration, or at least putting the student in direct contact with the concerned faculty member. And it would offer many opportunities for pursuing different kind of research projects or internships with uh, particular faculty members whose interests are aligned with your own interests, and with whom you may want to pursue a specific area which which could later become your sort of focus for a project or even later for further studies. So in that sense, Ashoka will enable you to pursue specific research interests with some of the best faculty members from across the world in those specific areas. But as I said earlier, a lot of this is outside the formal contours of the course. So it depends on initiative and interest that the students have. I said if you have any other questions, put them on the Q&A tab on the left panel. Okay, so somebody has asked whether they take foundation courses for the first year or for all 3 years. Well, so not for all 3 years, but the answer is you take foundation courses typically for the first year at least, and maybe some foundation courses in the third semester. No, there are definitely some foundation courses in the third semester and also in the fourth semester. So what happens is that in the first semester you have all four foundation courses. In the second semester, you reduce your foundation courses and you start taking courses in the major discipline that you want to choose. And in the third foundation course, in the third semester, you reduce your burden of foundation courses further, and um, you increase your you increase your uh, sort of burden of your major courses. So the purpose of the foundation courses and of allowing you to do different things in the beginning is also that students who are not 100% sure of which major they want to pursue. I mean, many of you may be confused between maths and computer science or economics and computer science. So for those students in particular, it gives them the first 2 3 semesters give them some space to test different disciplines or to explore courses in different disciplines. And as I said, you can take more than 4 courses in a term as well. You can easily take 5. Some students even take 6, but that becomes very burdensome. But so if you go to the course website, then there is a sort of sample course outline of how many foundation courses you would be taking in the first, second, third semesters. And so yeah, uh, in the sample course that we've given, you take 4 foundation courses in the first term. You take 2 in the second term because one of the critical thinking seminars is actually a computer science course. Similarly, in the third semester, you have 2 foundation courses and 2 computer science courses. And then from the 4th semester onwards, you have primarily your major courses. So you have 3 major courses in the 4th semester and 3 major courses in the 5th semester. But even in the 4th and 5th semester, you have one foundation course, and in the 6th semester, then you have only major courses. So the answer is that yes, you continue doing foundation courses until the 5th semester. And the reason for that is also that it's we believe that sometimes if you're sort of burdened with only one kind of courses throughout the semester, then it can actually start hampering your learning process and become and feel like a huge burden. So in that sense, it's sometimes increases your productivity, and it can uh, be nice to also have a sort of a different course which allows you to explore different ideas and think in a different way. So, for example, in the 4th semester, we have one course in literature and the world, and in the 5th semester, we have a course in principles of science. Now, these are just sample outlines. So, instead of these courses, you could choose some other foundation course. But essentially, the idea is that uh, you shouldn't get bogged down in a very narrow stream, and uh, you should have the opportunity to explore different areas even in the 4th and 5th semester. Okay, so somebody has asked how easy it would be to go to Berkeley after the second year. Um, a double major in Eco and CS would be, I mean, what we recommend is a major in one subject and a minor in another subject. Um, a double major requires you to take lots of extra courses, and we don't really recommend it because what we find is that if students spread themselves very thin, then they end up not really, it's better to master one subject and have a minor in another rather than sort of spread yourself too thin and then not be in a position to pursue either. So in that sense, we do encourage uh, one major, and that will also help you when you're applying for further studies or for jobs, etc. But having said that, it's not impossible at all. I mean, it's very doable in terms of your time commitment, etc. Um, but it's a question of prioritizing also. So if you're reasonably certain that you want to pursue a career in computer science rather than economics or vice versa, then it's much better to have a major in that and a minor in the other rather than, because you'll also be able to do more advanced courses if you do a major in one and minor in the other. And if you're doing a major in both, a double major, then typically you would not be able to do the very advanced courses, and you would be sort of slightly lower in both, which is not, it's sometimes not ideal. And how difficult it would be to go to Berkeley after the second year? Well, for the summer course, I'm assuming you're asking about the summer course. They will have their own application process, etc. So I can't give you a direct answer for how difficult it would be, but it would certainly not be impossible, and they would have certain specific number of places for students from Ashoka. So it will be possible. and of course they'll have their application process itself. So you'll have to go through that. So it won't just be, you can't just walk into it, but at the same time it won't be very difficult either. Yes, so artificial intelligence, there's another question about data mining, information retrieval, um and artificial intelligence. So for artificial intelligence, it's again, it's one of those subjects which is, firstly, it's a big buzzword and there's a lot of interest in the field. But again, it's a question of how much interest there is and how much we think we can offer at an undergraduate level. So typically, the courses that we're offering would enable you to study artificial intelligence in the future, and it would allow you to get a basic understanding of the components of artificial intelligence. Because artificial intelligence is ultimately a manifestation of, it's a combination of several different factors. The ability to learn, so the ability to do data mining and data analysis and then use it. And so basically the ability to learn from vast amounts of data and then use that learning in making decisions. That's a very sort of broad summary of what artificial intelligence is. But I mean, a very shallow summary of what artificial intelligence is. But so the courses would give you uh, some idea of how to further pursue artificial intelligence. We may even find that we can offer a course in, let's say, artificial intelligence and decision theory, or artificial intelligence and machine learning, or something like that, in the fifth or sixth semester. And this is where I think the interface between students and faculty members becomes important. And if there is enough interest, and if we have a suitable faculty member uh, can teach that course, then we could also offer a course in uh, yeah, artificial intelligence and machine learning, or decision theory, etc. So a lot of these things are quite flexible in terms of what we can offer and uh, what we may be able to teach. We also have a concept of independent study courses where if there aren't enough students who are interested in a course, let's say there are only two, three students who are interested in a particular course, instead of offering it as a proper taught course to everyone, we could also offer it as an independent study course, which means that those two, three students would work with a particular faculty member and sort of do a sort of research project over the course of a semester, which would then get credits, etc. So there are lots of flexibilities which allow us to explore different modalities for allowing students to pursue their area of interest. I think we're nearing the end of the webinar time, and it seems like there aren't other questions that you have right now. But as I said before, please feel free to email us on our email IDs are listed on the course website as well. So I'm Manav Bhushan. I've been teaching in the last semester, and I'm going to continue teaching at Ashoka in the computer science department. And the other members are Professor Sudhindra Hangal, who will also be addressing a webinar, I think, in the coming week or 10 days. And you should feel free to email any of us through the email IDs which are listed. And could also email the guest lecturers that we had for the last term, Professor Naveen Garg and Professor Dheeraj Sanghi. And we'll try and answer all the questions that you have. And hopefully we look forward to seeing you in the next semester. But I hope I was able to answer some of your questions. And as I said, keep them coming. And we look forward to answering more of them and also seeing you in the coming semester. Okay, thank you for attending. For those who managed to attend, I know that many of you had exams, so hopefully you can view it later and you can come back with further questions. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.